Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Strategy Now, where we take a look here at MarketStream at the midday action. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Well, we got the averages hovering right near record highs. The major averages are recording record intraday highs again. In recent action, the employment report was positive, at least in terms of what it means as far as full employment. We're starting to see that resonate throughout the market. As a matter of fact, you're seeing that the Dow is up about 0.4%, just sits 12 points shy of its 20,000 mark. We're also seeing that the NASDAQ, that tech-heavy index, is up 0.8%. That's been the silver lining all week. It has not been under pressure, and it continues to outperform. And we have the S&P 500 sitting a little higher, up by about 0.5%. Now, again, as I said, the employment December employment situation report, well, it came in. It was a big focal point, and we see job growth. As a matter of fact, basically what we're seeing not only is job growth, but we're also seeing wage increases. I've said for years that until we see wage increases, you're not going to see much of an upside move. Well, we're starting to see that wages are rising, and that's offshoots of a labor market that's running near full employment. That's a piece of terminology used by the Fed. Now, we need to get a little bit more time, a little better feel of what this is going to mean for the overall general market and the upside. But I will say this, it definitely has the Fed and their agenda firmly in place at this juncture. This report certainly doesn't diminish or take off track their 2017 agenda. Now, most cyclical sectors have done well so far. We have 5 of the 6 in positive territory, led by technology. You can take a look at the Qs or XLK up 1%. That tops the leaderboard today. You have the likes of Apple up 150 at 118.10. You have Facebook, large cap tech, up 288 at 123.54. These stocks are up 1.3% and 2.3% respectively. Now, chip makers, they're having a solid day as well. Take a look at the Philly Semiconductor Index, SMH, up 0.9%. Continue to see that be a leader in the tech sector. Industrials are not so far behind, up 0.8%. You have financials with the weakness in the bonds, yields going up. Financials are up 0.6%. You see consumer discretionary up 0.7%. That could have a lot to do, not with the same source sales that are coming out with the bricks and mortar, but it's more the anticipation of what could potentially come out with the online. There's also outperformance in energy, where you have energy names up about 0.1%, and that sits near flatline. The energy space has ticked up with crude as a commodity as trading off of its highs. Right off its highs, up about 0.7%. I'm looking at it right now at 54.12. Also, you've seen that the dollar, it's bounced back from its lows that we saw overnight and early in the session. The dollar index is trading at 102.13, up 74 cents, up about 0.7%. For those of you that don't have futures, take a look at UUP. That's an ETF that will track the dollar. Now, defensive sectors, they've come to life in recent action after they were posing some decent losses. Healthcare, up 0.4%. It's the top of the non-cyclical performers. You're also seeing that biotech is not only helping the tech sector, but it's also helping the healthcare sector. IBB is up 168 at 279.78. You also are seeing the likes of Amgen up 513 at 158.10. You're also, and that is based on a reaction to a patent ruling that blocked Sanofi, SNY, which we reported in the European session this morning. It was under pressure in France. It's down at 105 at 40.45 on SNY, Sanofi. And Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, also that ruling against, had some selling from some cholesterol drug, I believe it's called Praluent. There was some struggle there with that particular drug as well. Now, taking a look at the telecom services, that's been a real plus for the counter-cyclicals. It's down today about 2.5%. You're seeing losses from AT&T, ticker symbol T, down about 0.7% at 41. About 41.45. You're seeing that Verizon is down about 77 cents at 53.30. These two names being down about a little over 1.5%. AT&T's losses are stemming from an increased resistance to the company's proposed merger with Time Warner. Time Warner's down slightly. It's trading at 94.27. The materials sector under a little pressure right now, down about 0.1%, and it's the only space right now that's in negative territory. Finally, taking a look at the Treasury markets, we saw kind of a seesaw upselling kind of pressure after the employment report from December. Treasuries have remained stable, though, going into the midday with the 10-year yield. It's up 7 basis points to 2.42%, getting in its best levels as far as yields that we've seen in the last two sessions. So we're going to keep an eye on that. That is going to be a positive catalyst for financials, which, again, we'll keep an eye on. All right, folks, that's it right now for Strategy Now. We're going to be taking a look at 3:30 Eastern Time in Tech Talk, some charts and option pricing. We're going to take a look at where we think some stocks are going to be trading in the near future, give you some ideas about your portfolio, especially now that we're getting into some volatile times. All right, folks, we'll talk to you soon. See you at 3:30 Eastern Time here on MarketStream.live.